right, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Greene. This is AMTV and, of course, islandproject.com. Please like and share this video. War games kick off all around and near Taiwan, really the entire Pacific, as Vladimir Putin, of course, the Chinese, prepare for what I believe is an imminent invasion of Taiwan, a blockade, an embargo on the likes that we have not seen since the outbreak of World War II. Please like and share this video. It is absolutely critical that you do that. We're going to get into this Taiwanese blockade, what the invasion I think will look like, how to get ready, how to prepare. But first, let's talk about the collapse of American sovereignty and Janet Yellen admitting over the weekend that U.S. officials and the central banks are rolling out CBDCs and are going to begin to start cutting people's credit lines and restricting loans and lending, which I think will only affect retail investors and not the big banks. This was from my Twitter at AMTV Media. Yellen was asked in the wake of concerns about the safety of deposits after 5 large, too-big-to-fail banks collapsed and went to zero here in the United States, with Silvergate Bank and, of course, also Credit Suisse, among many others, whether it would be wise to develop a central bank digital currency that would allow U.S. consumers to have accounts directly with the Fed. And she goes on to say these are important pros and there are some cons with such a decision. So it's one that needs to be seriously analyzed, but it could be something that is in Americans' future, she says. So she's basically admitting that this is being rolled out now. Of course, I did the breaking report this weekend. I encourage you to watch and share it. I'll put a link below on the UMUs and the new CBDC that's being rolled out as we speak, and also Unicoin. So the end of US dollar hegemony is here. The end of the petrodollar and the end of the dominance of the United States of America is over. She also admits that it's the same U.S. sanctions implemented by the Biden administration and U.S. officials that have been imposed on Russia that are intentionally, in my opinion, causing the collapse of the dollar. Because again, trust this plan. This is exactly what they want, a reset of the system into the CBDCs. Asked whether sanctions, this is Janet Yellen, could erode the dollar's role as the world's reserve currency, she acknowledges potential risks and says this, quote, "So there is a risk when we use financial sanctions that are linked to the role of the dollar. That over time, it could undermine the hegemony of the dollar. But this is an extremely important tool we try to use judiciously," she says, adding that sanctions are effective when used with the support of allies. But here's the problem. Our allies are turning on us. France admitted that it's turning and moving and pivoting towards Asia and China. So we don't have allied support like we did in the past. We've withdrawn from wars and the oil wars as we've seen OPEC plus nations completely reverse their policy and their relationship with the United States, pivoting to the BRICS nations. So it's over. And Americans need to understand this point. The end of dollar dominance has absolutely ceased. And this is a de-dollarization, hyperinflationary collapse that, of course, I've been warning about for a very long time. Also in the news, I'll play this clip. Trump warns that the USA is losing its currency reserve status, and this is the equivalent of a World War III event.
If we lose our currency, that's the equivalent of losing a world war. Our currency is what makes us powerful and strong. China wants to change the standard, the currency standard. And if that happens, that's like losing a world war. We'll be a second-tier country. We'll literally be a second-tier country if that happens.
Apple Computers launches its first savings account with a 4.15% interest rate alongside Goldman Sachs. Now, again, this is all a part of the integration to get your money on your cell phone. The CBDCs will run on Apple iPhones. It will run on Google Android computers and cell phone technologies, and it'll be in the palm of your hand. Just like Jeff Bezos, as you swipe your hand with Amazon One, the slogan is "Unlock the World." Just like that is being rolled out in cities across the country at Whole Foods. Here we have an article from Yahoo News predicting that not only has the United States already defaulted on its debt, but the tax revenues that will be public in the coming days will indicate just how close, and I believe we've already defaulted, that America is to default. Social Security, for example, many baby boomers depending on, probably many of you tuning in, if let's say you're in your 60s or 70s or older, are scheduled to completely be insolvent and go to zero by 2033. This is just a fact. They don't have your money, ladies and gentlemen. It's gone. Poof. No one my age will ever get Social Security. A complete collapse of retirement accounts. And this is why we're seeing people protest in places like France. And believe me, all of this is coming to the United States of America. They do not have Social Security. The FDIC can also not, in my opinion, backstop all the deposits with $250K minimum insurance. They're probably going to raise it to $1 million, but again, they don't have any money. We don't even have a fractional reserve banking system anymore. They removed the 10% reserve requirement in 2020 with the lockdowns. Power strike, massive explosions rock Russia, leaving thousands without power. In Ukrainian drone attack, Putin also readying and building trenches in Crimea, of course, which he annexed successfully and with a vote of which the people overwhelmingly, with like a 90% vote, voted to join the Russian Federation, is also preparing for an attack. Poland, Hungary banned grain and food imports from Ukraine. Remember, during the lockdowns, they couldn't get grain out. This is going to happen again. In fact, a lot of these agreements that were negotiated by the United Nations, the UN, and Russia are set to cease. So there's going to be more food shocks, more food supply shocks. Expect food prices to skyrocket. Here in the United States and the Western world, energy costs to skyrocket, oil to skyrocket. This is why OPEC Plus turned against the United States and cut supply very, very recently. So again, you don't want to be using electric cars. You want to be buying oil right now. You want to be investing, in my opinion, I don't like stocks, but oil stocks. Because everybody's going to be gravitating to the basics of necessities as the whole world locks down again in financial panic. EU rejects Ukraine grain bans by Poland and Hungary, so keep your eye on this. U.S. warship sails through the Taiwanese Strait following China war games and simulations that they've been running over the weekend, over the last 7 days, about a week and a half or so. Many believe, and security analysts will already tell you, that they've achieved, China has, air superiority over Taiwan, preparing for the imminent invasion. Associated Press, U.S. sails warship through Taiwan Strait, buffering up tensions after China drills. China likely to rapidly achieve air superiority. Again, more proof in the pudding over Taiwan. They also have hypersonic missile superiority. This is an AI war, AI superiority. It's interesting to take a look at a map here of Taiwan as we can break this down and how I believe the Chinese are going to flank the embargo, mostly for goods and services coming out to the Pacific. So it's going to affect mostly semiconductors, technology, but also food supplies, as Russia does the same thing here in the Pacific zone. So you can see here China and Russia, both in the Pacific, near Alaska, etc., on the west coast of the United States, are about to lock all this up very, very soon, in my opinion. And we might see a proxy event coming out of North Korea probably at the same time. Also, keep your eye on the Middle East, because all of this is going to result in a blockade that now U.S. officials and politicians, not just me, are warning of, are now admitting. People like Lindsey Graham says a blockade is possible, and it's going to happen very, very soon. In the meantime, I tell you about the opportunities. Bitcoin has the number 8 largest market cap in the tech space now, higher than Tesla, higher than Visa, higher than ExxonMobil. It will hit the number 1 position, I believe, very, very soon. Again, cryptocurrency and the total market cap is set to 10x to 10 trillion very, very soon. So, puts it in perspective with Apple Computers at 2.5 trillion, Microsoft at 2 trillion, and here we have Bitcoin today at near $600 billion, outperforming on the total market cap Tesla. Soon to overtake Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. These are where the opportunities are. China, meanwhile, breaking market news alert, is warned of major military confrontation in the Yellow Sea on Tuesday. Google CEO Sundar Pichai, if I'm saying his name correctly, warned society to brace for the imminent impact of artificial intelligence acceleration. These things are thinking for themselves. They are sentient, in my opinion, even though they say, no, they're not sentient. No, they're sentient. We have already achieved the singularity. Microsoft with OpenChat GPT and that AI software being integrated with Bing. Also, Google introducing its own AI acceleration event that they say is completely out of control and that ethicists and moralists and philosophers and governments need to weigh in on. And even Elon Musk is saying it could be the end of the world and these machines could just take over and destroy all of us. Also, in a big announcement today, again, adding more bullishness because it's the biggest bull run we'll ever see in history in crypto. It's how you can make a ton of money, in my humble opinion, this year and in the coming months. You need to join us at islandprojectclub.com for all of our exclusive content. Book a call with me today and get my 1000x picks. We're going to have breakouts across the board, ladies and gentlemen. But Twitter has now enabled and is planning for crypto integration in partnership with eToro on the Twitter platform. So Elon Musk is about to add, I think, trillions of dollars worth of value to Bitcoin and also other cryptocurrencies. Also, we're seeing sovereign wealth funds and more to come. This also includes private money from universities like Harvard, etc., that are now investing in Bitcoin. We had the Kingdom of Bhutan, a sovereign wealth fund, investing millions and millions over the weekend. This will be an ongoing trend. Also, we have Elon Musk warning about the threat of AI and basically telling us that this is worse than nukes. So again, this is what they're saying. It's not just me. They are warning of the worst possible case scenario. But again, they want to amp up the fear so that they can control the rollout. Elon Musk, of course, which helped start OpenChat GPT and OpenAI along with Sam Altman and then pivoted from there, is also rolling out his own AI technology. So he wants you to use his technology. There's a lot of profit motive, of course, a lot of control motive. And all of this, of course, is integrated with the deep state itself, government, and this control web that's being built all around us. Again, don't let this news get you down. Go on the offense. You can't just prep and play defense. Click the link below right now and join me at Island Project Club. Get 1000x early bird access for $1,500 and schedule a call with me now. I had a lot of you actually schedule calls with me over the weekend. If you haven't got an email yet after subscribing to the club, I'm going to send one here in a few minutes after this video is released so we can schedule a call with my private Calendly link. You also get all my 1000x picks, early bird access to everything I'm doing with fractional real estate. It connects you to me and my team with everything we're doing out here in beautiful Maui. Booyah. And you get the 1000x picks. I tell you which banks to avoid, what the new opportunities are, where the 10, 100x, potential 1000x gains are. Secret reveals, things I can't say here publicly. Interviews with my father, John Greene. A lot of great mentorship advice. Here I am with my son. Secrets of e-commerce. How to grow businesses on the ground from broke to rich. How I've generated over $50,000 to $60,000 a month already with my Jeep business, which serves Island Project Network, but also just serves people here on the island. You guys can do this, but you've got to take bold action, get your cash flows on, take the boldness and the effort with a blueprint for your success. Here we have Donut over here. This is when we were in Phoenix not too long ago, driving the Ferrari in a really good talk there. I think there's a lot of value that you can get from this. And I'm going to be releasing exclusive new 1000x picks along with a lot of stuff we're doing here privately and how you can position and get ready for the #1 blockchain event in the world. There's so much opportunity right now. I mean, this is really like in the early days of Bitcoin's second inning. And as we see people like Elon Musk roll out cryptocurrency onto Twitter platforms, as we see more regulation and consolidation in the industry, this is probably really your last chance, I really believe this, to really 1000x yourself for the big gains. I always say, if I don't know you, ladies and gentlemen, I can't cash flow you. So book a call. And again, this also provides early bird access to everything we're doing privately here on the island. You want to schedule more time, get more access, you put in $2,500. You go put in $3,000, $5,000, whatever you're comfortable with your budget. And this is a great opportunity to get in if you can't afford to get into the 30K share ownership platform, which is islandproject.com. So click the link below. Schedule a call with me, General Greene, $1,500 minimum. Get in and we can speak right away. And then get all my content, get ready, get out of the banks. Cash is trash, and connect with our worldwide network and strengthen numbers of our community and get on the offensive here and build those cash flows up. Get out of debt, change your mindset, get healthy, get wealthy, get spiritually connected to God. I mean, that's the #1 thing, the most important thing. Jesus Christ is King, and I love you all. You are all beautiful people. You are all special, but we have war on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. You're also going to need food and water. Okay, we have a major Taiwanese conflagration World War III event coming, and it's going to be bad. Share this video, get it out, and signing off, this is General Greene, 1000x, Maui Booyah. Links below at islandprojectclub.com. That's islandprojectclub.com. That's islandprojectclub.com. I'll see you there.